Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam Ahmad. Welcome to Makkah Millennium. Please have your seat. Okay, my name is Kazi. I'm the cluster director of engineering, and I'm working in this hotel and with the Makkah Millennium for about 1.5 years. Do you know about Millennium Hotels?
Yeah, I have read
Let me
about it.
just brief you quickly. It's the most important aspect of the Millennium Group is this is the fastest growing hotel chain in the world at this moment, and particularly in the Middle East, it has a very strong presence. And we have about 39 properties in the Middle East and Africa region today operating. We have an aim to open 100 properties by the end of 2020. So it's a very fast-growing company, and I mean, you have been called for the job what you have applied. Before we start, if you just want to have something,
Okay, thank you.
some refreshment.
Appreciate it. Okay.
If you like to. All right. Let me just elaborate a little bit on that. This interview will take about around 20 minutes. The questions are structured, and during the course of interview, I will take some notes so that you are aware. And you know, if there is at any time, if you have any question, you can interrupt me and ask me. By the way, how did you reach to the hotel?
It was actually very difficult for me to reach the hotel because the traffic was not that easy. And the hotel, I think, is not all the drivers know about the location. They think, because I think it's only 1 year here.
Yes,
Yeah.
the hotel name has been changed, and you know the location of this place, and this takes a bit of time. Anyway, I mean, you can keep my business card in case in the future, if it is required, contact me. Okay, so just give me a second if I before I start. Okay, Ahmed. So in the first part of the questions, we will be actually I'll try to know you better. Just few questions on your academics and on your related to your day-to-day activities. I just wanted to ask you. Tell me the most frequent problems what you face during your current job. What kind of problems, day-to-day problems you are facing in your current work area?
Actually, you can see the variety of tradition and the variety and the difference between one nationality and another. Because we used to deal with different nationalities. Every nationality has its own tradition, its own customs. So to fulfill the needs of every one of them or every nationality,
Yeah.
it needs extra effort. And for example, one nationality likes something the other doesn't like. For example, one nationality likes this TV channel, the other one doesn't like this TV channel. Something like this. So to fulfill the needs of everyone and the requirement of every nationality, I think this was the biggest issue we had.
During your current job?
Yes.
So what was the, let me repeat this.
Yes.
You had in the current situation, you were having issues with different nationalities' temperament?
Yes.
Or different nationalities' requirements, and then this comes every day. One or two incidents you face during the course of your work?
Yeah, this is what I'm.
This is the hotel where you are working?
Yes.
Okay, all right. The other thing, I'll go to the next question. If you please interrupt me if you wish to, or if you have any queries during the course of interview. The second question for me is, when I was going through your CV, I saw that you are a graduate of arts and you have an English major.
Yes.
What prompted you? What prompted you to pick up an English as a major subject, whereas you have Arabic and French in the place where you are studying?
Actually, my favorite language is Arabic. I like Arabic very much, and I find myself in Arabic. And at some stage of my life, I was writing poetry as well. But when you are thinking about to get a good job, English is the most wanted one and the most important language. So let's say I kept Arabic as a hobby, but for my future and the career, I chose English because it will be more.
So it is basically you chose the English language because of more demand in the job field. This is what for more business related work, or
Yes.
to get better opportunities knowing this language. Is that correct?
Yeah. Because in nowadays computer science and English, I think you have to know both, so then you can find a good opportunity to work.
Okay. In the next questions, it is more focused on the actual scenarios and situations. So just be clear in communicating this. The question is to tell us about, or tell me about the current major challenges what the hotel industry is facing and how it is affecting you.
You mean the hotel industry in general, or the place I was working in?
Yeah, I'm asking about your previous. It's your experience where you were working before.
Actually, competition is everywhere now for the whole hotels, but now there are many hotels, and the market is the same. So
which market? Where you were? Where was?
In Egypt. In Egypt, I was.
All over Egypt?
Yeah.
It is the same scenario.
The same scenario, because many people want to invest in the tourism field because it doesn't require just money, and they build a place with a good standard, and then you can invite guests, because Egypt is full of monuments, full of sightseeing, full of good places you can go. So if you are an investor and you have money, you can do it.
You have a different type of tourism. In Egypt, you have.
Yeah. In one city in Egypt, which is Luxor, have 1/6 of the tourism of the monuments over the world.
Right. So you have two different scenarios. So different companies or different hotels might have a different issues with the current scenario, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
So this was the main issue. So to overcome this issue,
you are in which group? You are in the resorts or in the city?
No, it was a resort.
The resort. So your specific issue was different from others.
It is for all. It is the same. Everybody is suffering from this competition.
What was your action?
Actually, we had a meeting with our HODs and for different departments, because the management highlighted that there is an issue. We had this meeting and we sat, and then they took opinions from all of us what we suggested to overcome this issue.
And what was the result of how did it really help you to overcome the issue? What was the outcome of the issue?
I don't understand.
The outcome is how there is a problem in the market,
Yes.
and you try to overcome it with your
HODs we had a meeting all together,
and-
yes.
So how did you measure? What was the result?
Yeah. In this meeting,
In the end, what
Yeah.
did you achieve? What was your, how it got?
we got some
achieved?
recommendations that we have to open a new market and to
Yes.
search different places and try to get good offers from the other travel agencies to convince them to come to us. So we have to reduce the rate and to reduce the expenses. And the other side, if we reduce the expenses of the hotel and we reduce the money to be taken from the travel agencies, this should be monitored, and there will be energy saving, and there will be many things to be done.
So did you get any specific figure? Did you get any specific result after?
Yeah, after
applying
this, I was monitoring the energy saving in this in my property, and we achieved. We told people how to save energy, how to do like this.
Okay, so you were facing the market situation. The market went bad, and you had a meeting with your people, the sales, to have to open up different markets, and at the same time you applied your efforts on saving the expenses.
Yes.
And finally you could sail and you could get better result at the end of the year.
Yeah, the revenue got better.
This
and,
is what you...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, Ahmed. The second question from me is, how did you encourage? Tell me a situation where you encouraged the training and development of your team to get better results.
Actually, around maybe 1 year back, we got a feedback from the management that...
Is it the same company where it was?
Yeah, the same company. I'm talking always about, because I spent a lot of time there actually.
Okay.
So we got a feedback from the management that there is a complaint, or there are complaints from the guest about some behavior of some of our team members.
How did you know the guest complaints from the management? What is the point of record?
The management in our hotel, we had like systems for guest for the measurement of the guest satisfactory, and we should score around 5.2. We scored only 2.2, and this was really a big issue for us. The management was unhappy with this, so they had a meeting and they start to suggest how to overcome this issue.
What was your role? Well, the management, it's the hotel. You were working in the front line.
Not at the front
What
line,
was
but
your
in
role
the
in this
middle line, you
particular-
can say.
What was
Yeah.
it? in this particular-
Because I have a contact with the guest, with my colleagues and my friends. So I told them we should give them some behavioral training to improve the way they are dealing with the guests.
How many people were there?
It was around from 15 to 20 team members or colleagues. They had this issue. We gathered the feedback from the system and from the management, and I monitored for some while.
Your
observed it.
specific role in this incident? What was your specific role?
To observe the problem, to locate it, to know where the default is or the problem is. And I found that it was this 15-20 team members had this issue. So I started to, of course this was under my supervision of my boss, we started to make a training for them on a daily basis.
Okay, so
Every
that
day,
was
10
daily basis, how long?
10
And
minutes
the
only.
training material was...
Training material was taken from our training department.
So it was mainly behavioral?
Yes, how to deal with this issue, how to improve themselves, and to try to put the concept in their mind first that you are helping people and serving people, and this is a great job you have to do. You have to help people. People spend money and maybe life saving to come to enjoy. You should help them. You should make it a good memory for
So
them.
when you found that there is an improvement,
After maybe 2 months, Yeah, around 2 months I started to realize through the measurement of the system and the feedback that comes that it is improving.
Okay, so just to refresh it, you had an issue of the guest complaint in your previous property project. It is a resort, and you found out that all different, along with all the other departments, our or your engineering department had an issue of handling the complaints. Is that right?
Yes.
And you devised a training program. Every day you were giving a training of about 10 minutes to 20 technicians, and finally after 3 months you got the result.
Actually, after 2
better.
months I
After
started
2
to
months
realize.
you started realizing, and then after about 3 months there was a very clear indication that there is an improvement in the
Yes, correct.
say the scope. Okay, Hamad, that's
Yes.
very good. Well done. And I'm going to finish the interview here, and I would invite you to ask questions if you have any clarifications, anything you need. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, but I feel you covered everything.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me take some more notes, and then we will close the interview. Okay, so we'll be coming back to you in 7 working days. The interview is complete now, and HR will be contacting you within 7 working days to let you know the result. And I must thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And we'll get back to you soon.
Thank you very much, sir. Nice to see you.